Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because today we're gonna be doing a part 2 regarding Frannie and Madame's relationship that developed on the show called The Confessions of Frannie Leighton. If you guys want to know what happened in part 1, I will definitely recommend you guys to go to the channel, watch part 1 and come back and watch part 2. I will be doing a part 3 and a final part, because this show is very interesting. Like, you have to explain it, step by step, because there is a lot going on in each episode, so it's very difficult, to sum it up all in one video. But before we get into more details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your personal thoughts down below in the comments regarding the show, and what would you personally rate it 1 to 10. Me, I will rate it a 10 out of a 10. I love everything about the show. I like the intimacy that the two ladies have, the connection, the mystery, everything about it is really a 10. But and I also want to say thank you so much for everybody who likes, so comments, who shares, subscribe. So let's not waste any more time and let's get right into the topic of today. So on episode 2, Frannie and Madame started to develop a romantic affair. Madame and Frannie was very careful in keeping their relationship in the dark. The two ladies, open to one another on a very emotional way. Like, they really connected, created that romantic affair, that romantic bond. They spent a lot of time together, Madame was very unhappy in her marriage. Her husband controlled her whole life. Frannie developed herself to Madame, but in some way she felt like Madame didn't love her the way she loved her, and she still feels like the Madame is not devoting herself the way Frannie is devoting herself to the Madame. So that also left her like kind of in situations. But the Madame also is dealing with a lot, because she goes through her own personal trauma and problems, and Frannie also, because of her past and everything that's still going on, and a lot of situations that needs to be unfold. But Frannie is scared to speak up to certain situations. But I will not, my concern is not to talk about that situation. It's just to talk about the relationship that developed between the two ladies. So the Madame, like I already said in the part 1 of the video, she has an alcohol problem, and it's very hard for her to control. But she drinks because she likes to, because she is her way of escaping her reality, so she really has a big problem with that. And slowly, Frannie also starts to develop that drinking problem that that the Madame has. Things quickly took a turn on episode 3 when one of Madame's close friends, who seems to be obsessed with her, like she's really obsessed with her, like when she saw how close Frannie and the Madame is, she just used to get in the way, try to separate her. Her friend ended up convincing the Madame's husband that she needs to get checked by a doctor. She's not doing okay. She's going through that phase that she always goes through again, and that she needs doctor. And her husband of course said yes, but she said the friend will have to be there in order until the Madame gets herself back on track. And and the friend also found a way to separate Frannie and the Madame, because they used to spend 24 hours together. But now the friend is here, and she took over, and she said like that Madame doesn't need two nurses. So Frannie, she went back and working in the kitchen. They don't sleep together anymore, they don't spend time together anymore. And basically the Madame, she was on lockdown 24/7 until she get better, and they didn't see each other at all. And that really was working on Frannie's mind, because she really wanted to see how the Madame is doing. But her friend was already like in full control of the whole situation. Madame friends finds out about Frannie and the Madame's affair, and tells her husband about it. And of course her husband wasn't happy with it, and he ended up putting Frannie out of the house and left her on the streets. And after that, that's where everything just starts to go from bad to worse to bad. Frannie and Madame goes a while without seeing each other. Months went by, like literally months went by. Friendlies, so she meets another lady that helps her get herself back on her feet, and she starts working like at the escort house. But it's not really escort house, it's more like a house where men go to get a certain thing that they need, but it's not like in that type of way. So after that, she was doing good, she was getting back on her feet. She was still wondering how the Madame was doing, because there are months and months without seeing one another, and she keeps thinking about her every day. but the lady who helped her was like, you need to get over her, like she doesn't care about you, it's been months, she doesn't reach out to you, she doesn't call you, and when her husband put you out of the house, she didn't go and ask you if you needed anything, she didn't go and ask to help you in any kind of situation. But the madam actually did try to go after Frannie to help her, but her husband told her like, where are you going? Like, he has all the power over her and she can't overstep him, so she just had to let things be. And after months, the madam reaches out to Frannie and tells her that she needs her and asks her to go back to the house and work for her, because she's at a very, very difficult moment in her life right now and she needs Frannie by her side. And that's exactly what did. Frannie packed all her things up, left everything that she have built behind, and the lady that of course that took Frannie in told her, don't go, don't do this, don't do this. And Frannie was like, I need to go. And of course the lady said, okay, go do what you need to do, but if you ever feel like you need a place and you need a home, you know where to find me. And that's exactly what happened. Frannie went, and when she went back, she found the madam very ill, in a very, very bad physical and health situation, and she tried to figure out what's going on. And that's where everything actually took a turn, because Frannie finds out that the madam is pregnant. She had a one-night stand with a guy that that came back in the picture in episode 2 is actually someone who she basically raised, but that got taken away from her. He was all grown up, and when he was all grown up, I feel like the madam and him, they had a kind of a situation, a love affair going on, but it got ended because of the madam's husband found out about it, and now he's all grown up and he going through a situation. Since Frannie and the madam, they were apart. According to the madam, she was going through it one night. She actually went to look for him, and they had they got involved with one another, and she's pregnant. And of course, when Frannie found out that she was pregnant, she was so upset, and she was crying, because all this time she was being faithful to her regardless of them not being together. And now you ask her to come back and you say that you are pregnant by someone, it's like, wow, why, why? And she will start crying. And of course then Friendly asked the madam, why am I here? Why did you ask me to come back if you are pregnant with someone else's baby? And I definitely agree with Friendly. Me personally, I feel like the madam really cares for Frannie, but I also feel like in some type of way she's emotionally manipulating her. Like, just everything she does, the way she does her, I feel like I just feel like something ain't right. I haven't watched the last episode yet because it's a 4-part series, but I definitely feel like the madam has a lot to do on how things ended. The fact that Frannie got blamed for the crimes. I really feel like the madam plays a very big role in it, and only the last episode will tell us what it is. I will definitely be keeping you guys posted on that. But yes, guys, basically that's it. Go watch the series if you haven't watched it. Very interesting. Part 3 coming very soon. And I also want to say thank you so much for all the love and all the support. Until the next video, enjoy this one, and